Yep. Best duo.
All right, well, here we are. Welcome to another edition of the Worlds Collide Community Race. This week we've got Hefe, Hexbrock, Havinator, and Hid in what do you call that? A brawl, four for all, whatever it's called, free for all. We've got an interesting set of flags for you today. This is to showcase the new release of 1.1, as it says on the screen there. So there's some different tweaks to the game that we'll be highlighting here. But first off, let me introduce, let's see, who else we got? We got me, I'm Hashmalum as commentator. We got Dusk Lamond commenting with
Hello.
me.
Hello.
And then tracking, we have Ceiling Cat, as well as we have
We got
Seto
Seto
Kiabo.
Kaiba.
Yep, Seto Kaiba or Kiaba, or however he pronounces that, doing the restreaming. So really appreciate them doing their work. Got our runners here open up their screens to get ready. As you can start to see, this is a 610-2 requirement to get to. Oh, no, I got that wrong. It was just 610, no dragon requirement. So
Correct.
I missed that. Sword text from Doma, which is awesome. Couple interesting flags they might not show us here. Steel is set to always, so that's a new flag that we can now set so that you're always successful while stealing.
And
And
the
the
two
other one,
characters we've got are Locke and Gao. And Locke has Steal as his command, and Gao has both Steal and Capture as his commands. There's a third character, I believe it was Strago, but his ability is swapped with something different. His lore is instead, if I can pull up the information on the flags.
let's see, did you find it?
I did not.
Let's see, it says here, character, Strago, I don't
Lore
see.
MagiTek.
Oh, MagiTek, right, which is also something else we're showcasing, is that's a new command that we haven't had before. So the MagiTek armor commands are now a possibility.
I'm excited to see it. Is it Terra's full list, or is it just the Fire, Ice, Thunder Beams with the healing force?
I was really interested by that too. I imagined they started with the base ones and maybe gained the others as they raised levels.
That'd be
I don't
fun.
know.
Yeah, well, excited to see what happens when they get in the menus. Looks like our racers are off, going to check their stuff. Everything we've kind of already mentioned before. I don't see any good stats. Did you?
Oh, I did not. Do we have anybody else going through it? No. Oh, okay. Silverthorn says yes, it is Terra's full list. So Silverthorn helped a lot with the 1.1 changes, so we'll have to lean on him a little bit more for any of those.
Very nice.
Hold on a second, okay.
Going around looting, just trying to get all these good items. For the most part, I don't see anything super exciting, super expensive economizer. The Vivifies are always nice.
We got Javinator and Sid kind of doing what my idea would be is anytime I've got lock, I run right to the World of Ruin Narsh, grab those, grab
Especially
the
with
check, and then as well as the Curse Shield. I don't remember what the possibility on the
it's
Curse Shield was, the numbers.
it's 12 or 12, so it's
That's what I
set
thought,
to
I
12
think.
battles.
Which is funny because I'm always like, I'll do it if it's like 11, and then they set it
Yep.
to guarantee 12. So on a 610 seed, I really don't know if I would do it. So
I still would. I mean, you could go and do Burning House, Serpent Trench, looking at the characters we've got. There's 2 characters with a whole bunch of fixed encounters, so it's not a bad option, especially
looks
with
like
only
we had a
50.
little bit of a struggle with Jex's stream, but everybody seems to be up now. So if it was a little laggy, that's why. But looks like it's good now.
Hello, those in the chat. Yep, we've got Hash and Dusk commentating together, 2 brothers. He's 12 years older than me, and that's fun. Let's see. Just trying
Yeah,
to look
so
at the
just doing
racers.
the typical start. I think everybody's in Narsh right now looting, right? Is
Yep.
no,
Except
Hefe's
South
in
Figaro. Yep.
South Figaro, which is where you typically go. Maybe throw in the Returner's Cave in between there. Really high chest density. And that is really going to matter this seed for another 1.1 flag that we're talking about. Is the chests are set to random scaled. So if you're paying close attention, you'll see that they're getting a lot of the same items. So your first chests are all going to be the same. So the more, and they'll get progressively better as you go. So as they're grabbing more and more chests, the items will start to go up in quality. There still is a chance for your Atma weapons or what Ragnaroks or Illumina to come early. They're just a lot less likely to early.
Something that's mentioned in the chat as well is that we have a new thing in 1.1 where you can remove the flashes. Currently, we've got it set to remove most. So most of the flashes for photosensitive people are taken out. This includes the final flash of killing Kefka at the end. Sid with an Esper from going to use the dried meat on the Gao check in the Velt.
Yeah, scale chests. So it makes it for a very interesting race. I'm not convinced on the idea yet, but I can definitely see the value in it because I'm one that complains all the time about, say, experience eggs, right? You get 2 runners that find experience eggs first and finish the race 20 minutes sooner than everybody else who didn't find those experience eggs, and it can feel rather frustrating that you didn't, just because you didn't find that one lucky item, you didn't have a chance at the race, and this kind of takes that away. So yeah, I'm very interested to see how it plays out.
Me too. Like, I'm excited to see what we get. I mean, I just saw Sid check a chest for an Atma weapon for the scaling of the chests. That seems a little bit early, so it's still clearly randomized.
Yeah, they can still come. They still can come earlier. Oh, and Jexrock finding Ragnaroks in the shop. That will be awesome if he's found anything worth selling that he can buy those. Or at least take note of it and come back later after maybe finding some extra gear, extra money. Sato kind of saying the same thing I said. Doesn't know how he feels about those scale chests. Yeah, I mean, we'll see how it goes, how it all feels as we play the game some more. Yeah, so the chest reward order is locked, regardless of where you're opening the chests or how many you open,
So all of our racers will be going through this checklist, picking up these chests in order, and the person who opens more chests gets to see things that the other people don't. It's kind of an interesting thing.
kind of a push your luck, see how many you want to open before you quit.
Yeah.
Another thing with that is a little bit of a bug. If Illumina are turned off this seed, there still is that hasn't been turned off for this flag. So even if there are no Illuminas supposed to be in chests, there still could be one at the end of this. So
Yeah, so we'll have to keep an eye out, see if that bug does show itself. See if they're able to get things that they shouldn't be able to with the flag sets as they are. But for right now, I'm just seeing pretty standard stuff. Lots of consumables and just checks and chests. Genji Glove is okay. Watching Jav's screen as everyone's still kind of going around and looting.
max money for economizers, so no, I doubt anybody will be picking those up.
Absolutely
It'll be a great
not.
sell though. And Jex, it looks like he went and did the dried meat check early, but then did not continue on and do the Serpent Trench, decided to go do more looting first. Sid finding Aura Lances in his shop too. With South Figaro, looks like everybody will find those. A great end game jumping item for sure. Behemoth suits, yeah, these shops are very generous. They're expensive. 50, 65,000 for all of these items, but tons of good end game gear in shops.
And one thing I've got in my notes here is that they can even find elemental shields in the shops, and those can be a big game changer, although we haven't really seen any of those yet.
Yeah, FF6, as we all know, really big announcement with the Pixel remaster. There's tons of people playing and streaming that right now, and I'm sure people watching those. So hopefully a few of those find their way here and stumble into Worlds Collide and never leave, like I did about a year ago.
Absolutely, and Hash actually got me into this game. It's super great. As long as I've been around, I've seen our runners, Hefe, Jex, Jav, and Zid. Excellent guys in the community. Half the reason I'm still sticking around is because everyone's super nice, game is super fun, and it's a really good community. So be sure to check out our Discord or check out any of our information on our website, Final Fantasy 6
FF6 WC.
WC.com. Yeah,
There you
that's
go.
it.
Yeah, so as we're
FF6,
mentioning
but no.
that, for anyone who's not familiar, this is Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide. It is a randomizer for Final Fantasy VI, where it's not the stats of things aren't necessarily changed. Weapons, items still all do the same thing. It's mostly locations that have been moved around. Bosses still do, for the most part, the same things, but they're scaling to what level they are when you find them, and then potentially they can get some stronger abilities. You might have Ifrit casting Fire 3 or even Murton on you when you would expect him to be only casting Fire 2. So yeah, it's super fun. Great community, like Dusk was saying. If you're interested, check it out. Join the Discord. Go to ff6wc.com and see what it's all about. Come join us.
I feel like the randomizer also really shows how cool this is, because as we're seeing with our runners, most of them are character gated and kind of doing the same things, but it gives you an airship right off the bat, lets you explore the World of Balance and World of Ruin, and so you can go around and check all these cool locations as an open world right away. And that's one thing that really drew me in, was being able to just explore the world.
Do we have the same screen top with Hefe and Hexbrock? Is that streaming the same person, or are they in the exact same spot at the exact same time? With the same hit points? I believe we have the same screen shown twice.
Yeah. I know Jex has been having some issues with the stream being up. Yeah.
At first I was like, wow, check it out. They're doing the exact same timing on that. That's amazing. But it was a little too amazing. So, yeah, there he is. FA showing off all those Magitechs that Strago starts off with. That's going to be really fun. I like that change a lot. I think that'll be cool.
Absolutely.
Oh man, his characters, other than Strago though, do absolutely no damage. He's not too worried about it though. He's not healing him. He's just gonna take out those guys. So.
Well, yeah, you've got the one character with the MagiTek missile.
Jeremy, whatever y'all do, don't get service from Jex's ISP. Oh, poor Jex. He's been struggling a little bit recently with the streams, so hopefully he gets that figured out quickly and we get to see what he's doing. So.
Hopefully it's not his cat again.
Oh, that was Javinator.
Oh, that was Javinator? Oh, my bad.
Okay. Cat turned off his computer last community race, I believe. I think it was on Saturday. Oh, why we were getting set up. Luckily, it wasn't during a run or anything, so. I wonder if Blast is strong enough to kill all these guys yet. It's normally what I would do if you were playing vanilla. Scolian on Hefe's side. That Magitech missile, though, doing 1400 damage. If he can kill that, that's a lot of experience that he'll get for killing a Scolian. So he's going for it. I think it's,
come on, Team G.
I think it definitely could be worth it. Okay, I'd start running. Ooh, that's dangerous.
Right? Oh, yep, he's doing it. Oh, he's running with one so that Gao can, so he'll survive no matter
that
what.
Was good. Gao's lived, so now if he makes it through or not, he's okay. Grab Bomb, about the best ability he could have used on a 9 hit point Strago. Only hitting him for 4.
Only hitting him half his health. When you're at 9, that doesn't matter.
Oh, and he got the limit break with Locke.
And he got it.
Strago.
And Locke's still up.
Oh, shoot. So Locke got a lot of experience. That's good. Oh, it looks like, so Javinator had my idea of using Bioblast to
Bioblast.
take out those guys, but it's not quite strong enough. Did you see where Sid went? Where's Sid at? Where he's fighting...
He's in the South Figaro
Marlboros.
cave. I don't know.
Oh, is he just taking
why?
grabbing some quick levels? So the scaling on this is 2.5, which isn't terribly difficult scaling, but it is more than your standard 2, and he's already got 3 characters, 2 Magicite at his level. That's getting to where it's kind of dangerous. So, oh, look, he did get them confused, so that's nice. Knowing how to fight your battles, that's fantastic. And he confuses himself yet again. So
yeah, have them just confuse each other until they're dead.
Yeah, Bioblast I think heals though, so I'm glad he didn't use that.
I believe so as well. The evil Oscars, or the Marlboros as they're known in other Final Fantasies, have bad breath or sour mouth, which inflicts a ton of status ailments. So it's a good thing they're all confused now, so they're just gonna confuse each other for the rest of the match. Because otherwise that could really destroy his team.
So.
The fire beam's still doing about 6 times as much damage.
Ooh, Jex is back up. That's good to see. But Seto says there might be a chance we're fighting this battle the whole seed, so we'll see. Xfer, which is a X-Zone type ability, he says is more accurate than X-Zone, or more accurate than Doom, so that could be really useful. He might be using that on Kefka's tower. Would Xfer work on the long arm and tools? I imagine it would. That would be awesome.
I imagine so as well.
I don't believe it's a single target either. Xfer hits everything, doesn't it? Oh, it is single target. Oh, okay. I didn't think it was, but there's my memory of vanilla. Not really an ability you use very often, so.
Yeah, I'm not very familiar with that one.
Alright, so Hefe first making it through the trench. Javinator not too far behind him. Sid doing some other things. Those evil Oscars are going to be fantastic for experience. Assuming he finishes this fight.
Yeah, once he finally gets him down.
Oh, if he can just kill him. Do the tech missile before Gao dies. Or the fire.
Nope.
Oh no, Gao's down. But that's why you do leveling where he's doing it. Going into that cave where you've got that
free heal right there with the recovery spring, yeah.
That makes it a great place to level. FF6 was not the first game to have Marlboros. I know they're in Final Fantasy IV. I'm not sure if they're in 5. 5 is actually one of my favorites. People don't like it as much, but I like Final Fantasy Tactics and other class job-based games, so I'm a big fan of 5. But I do know they're in 4 when you're in the underground. I think it's in... You find those while in the Sylph Cave, I believe.
Yeah, that makes sense. I hated both those.
FF2 had them. I've played 1 and... Well, I know 1 really well. I don't think it has any. I've played 3 only once and can't remember seeing them in 3. So the earliest I know is 4.
Silverthorn says in the original Final Fantasy II, back on the NES, had it. So.
Oh, okay. Not sure they got rid of those or what for the other ones. And Hefe going and taking the fight here at Tunnel Armor. We'll see what kind of boss he cuts.
Sid trying to get himself a Minerva.
Ooh, it's a Poltergeist. Let's see how confident he is in this fight.
Oh, jeez.
Okay, I wouldn't be that confident. Ooh, but he steals a red jacket. That's pretty good. Oh, but without getting Drago up, I don't know where his damage is coming from. If he has flame shields and red jackets, though, I mean, he opened with a lightning-based attack, which is not Poltergeist's forte, so you might be able to kill him if he has some good fire resistance, even though that first lightning attack was took out Strago.
Looks like he's trying to switch that flame shield onto Strago just to keep him alive. Rather sacrifice Gao than Strago, for sure. Oh.
He has healing force through his Okay, yeah, there he's putting the flame shield on Strago so Strago can finish him. Sid fighting a Tonberry. Tonberries are fantastic because they have a chance of dropping Minervas. We'll see if he picks one up. He did not. No G-Fluck for him. So Hefe fighting 3 Tonberries will often get 2 of them, where the rest of us get none.
Jack's showing something interesting. He's on the Veldt, and he's trying to run away from this battle because he knows Gao can't appear at the end of it, and we got that 10% chance of not being able to run away.
So he's getting some gold from these Ceratops and magic points. No experience on the Veldt.
Yep.
So not only can it not give him the reward he was looking for, but he did buy those. He did find a way of buying those Ragnaroks he found. He's got Locke equipped with 2 rags.
Yeah, everyone's got that Genji glove, so let's see if those 2 rags are what makes the difference for him. Jeep still pounding away at Poltergeist. Oh,
That
that's
tech
so
missile will
mean.
finish him off with that flame shield. I'd do the same thing. That 1500 damage is pretty good for his level. He'll be able to take it out. So he had a seed not too long ago too. That was, I think it was the last. Was it the last community race where there was a really hard? There was a Magimaster at Tunnel Armor, and if you couldn't get through that, you were pretty much locked for the rest of the seed. A lot of people struggle trying to take out Magimaster, and the person who did, I think this was actually a couple weeks ago. I think this was the one Green Monkey won, but he was able to take out Magimaster and not be stuck, not be gated there. Oh, Sid doing the clock, talking
He's
to all
doing
the
your
NPCs.
favorite. Yeah.
I hate this check. The seed of the week, the very first 1.0 seed of the week, I went to set the clock, typed in 6:10:50, and it said wrong, and I was like, no, it's not. And then, yeah, lo and behold, they changed it, so it can be randomized now, in which you have to talk to all of the NPCs in the World of Balance. You don't need to go to the World of Ruin. The one I didn't know about, which made me have to guess a lot, is the one Sid's doing right here in this weapon shop. So I don't think you have to talk to the guy. Oh no, he tells you what time it is, so the hour. So now he knows for sure that the hour is 2, because he says the clock lies, which means the clock doesn't lie. The clock says it's 2, so he's got the hours straight from that. And now he just has to talk to that long line of NPCs as well as some others to get the rest of the information on the minutes and the seconds. I don't know if 1.1 they fixed the bug, but there was a bug where that would say if it's not it would say not divisible by 20. That included 20. So not divisible by 20 was only counting 40 and 60, but not 20 itself, or something like that. So they were having a couple of issues with that, and I don't know if that was ever fixed.
I believe it was. I don't know if it's just from my experience or what.
It wasn't in every seed. It only happened occasionally.
Right. Okay.
And Sid,
Yeah,
obviously, the way he's talking to these NPCs, he's writing this stuff down, taking his, making sure he gets it right.
Stopped them all in the hallway so he could go one by one.
Seto, we've got Hefe, I think, on both screens again. Top left and top right. Alright, I think he's talked to everybody here. Yeah, Phoenix Rub, both top videos are the same. Seto Kiawa, our restreamer, is working on that. Having a little bit of struggle with one of our streamers' internet connection, I guess. So they will get that fixed as soon as possible, I'm sure. Tries to go backwards through the people. I don't think you can, Sid. I think you're gonna have to go grab the hook to drop back down. Yeah, I wish our 2 racers on the top were just so in sync that they were doing the exact same thing at the exact same time. That would be pretty fantastic, but not quite. Sid wishing for YNPC remove. We always do, don't we, Silverthorn? I do every seed I play. But he really wanted to go back through those NPCs.
You get so used to it, it's so nice just holding down Y, running through like Phantom Train, this place specifically, Zozo. Just really helpful to get rid of all those NPCs.
Diamond Helmet and a Dow Robe for Hefe. Those are starting to be, I'd say, A-tier items. Those are both pretty... I mean, they're not even Force Armor or Red Jackets yet, but they're close to that gear. So maybe B tier. Crystal Helm. Yeah, get really close to the AS tier stuff. Hitjex just wants to be Jeef. We all want to be Jeef.
I want to be Jeef. Jeef is cool. Sid getting a useless sword from the Zozo. I would now assume he's going to go to the auction house to try to get a high tier item and breakable rods. That is one of the objectives, is that by doing both Zozo Clock and auction house, they get some cool stuff.
Yeah, which is also really cool, because that's a 1.1 thing before. So before, whenever the objective item, it had to be a specific item. You would get Illumina, Ragnarok, a gem box, something. Now it's just a high tier item. I would like to see what the list of those high tier items are. If they're the same as dead checks, then it can include some quote unquote top tier items such as a Genji helmet or a Genji glove, or no, Genji glove's really good. I was thinking Genji shield, or some of those. Head cap, a top tier item. Obviously, when you're looking for top tier, you're looking for your Illumina, Ragnaroks, even Genji glove or elemental shields or something like that.
A dragon horn, something
Occasionally, yeah, dragon horn, an economizer sometimes. That's more situational.
Anything that can carry you to Kefka and get you through him.
Any of your end game stuff, yep. Ooh, a hero ring for pretty cheap. I'd buy a hero ring. Oh no, and FA and Jax Brock have Strago frozen on the top screens. Strago is main damage dealer with that MagiTek. This is a great showcase of that MagiTek, because so far it's the only damage any of them has found. So...
Javinator getting an Esper for completing the Burning House, the Ifrit Esper.
So Sid, it just said a high tier item. It didn't even say what the item was, did it? Oh, was it Illumina? There we go, he equips it on lock. That's pretty high tier.
Absolutely. Best sword in the game.
Yeah, arguably the best sword in the game. This early, it will be very, very useful. Like a Ragnarok, it gives you crazy high stat boosts. But with an Illumina, you're able to swing from the back row and do just as much damage, and it has slightly better stats, so definitely one of the best swords in the game.
Silverform just said he looks at the code. The good items list does include gem box and economizer.
Yeah, I figured it did, so it probably is the same ones as you get for a quote-unquote dead check, so...
I've seen an Esper with a magic power up, and that actually made me wonder, what is MagiTek power based off? Is it its own unique thing? Is it based off your magic or figure stats? I don't know what the damage would be based on. Is it level?
It's gotta be magic power. I would be very surprised if it wasn't based off your magic power.
That's what I would assume too. But...
Yeah, I mean that's an assumption I'm making, but I would be very, very surprised if that was not true.
Oh,
the Javinator, yep, selling that 14 cursed shield, deciding not to break that, so... Which is kind of interesting, because Gao has steal and capture. What else is he good for? Other than breaking a cursed shield. Just by how terrible the characters are, I probably would actually equip a 14 cursed shield. I don't know if there's 14 fights in the seed, but... With a 610? With a 610? There probably are.
And we're talking about racers who got the cursed shield first, and then proceeded to do Burning House and the Serpent Trench. I think
Hefe just... I didn't see what he grabbed there. Looked like maybe a cat hood. Which is a great item to pick up. One of the few actually good helmets in the game. Good stat boost. And Sid joining everybody else who did the Serpent Trench earlier. Maybe he's thinking he's got more damage now and he'll be able to clear it a lot faster.
Gao's
got does the have on him. The cursed shield on Gao, like I thought. I mean, what else is he gonna do?
Yep.
And as soon as you get Edgar, what do you always do? You go check the shops that he has a half price advantage on, so... That lock must not have very good vigor. Did you see the damage on Jexrox's screen? Swinging those rags for 100 damage a swing? Hopefully he
Ooh.
gets more flare procs. Maybe he won't.
Yeah, he's definitely not having a good time. Hefe getting a Esper for the free Edgar check on the throne. And like you said, checking out those cheaper shops.
And their Javinator, he's grabbing chests I don't think normally would grab. As the items now tend to be pretty good. That was a scimitar, so he's grabbing all of. Let's see if he grabs the one on the far left too before fighting his poltergeist. Not sure he's ready for a poltergeist. We'll find out. We'll see how happy he is finding that. And Jexprox just leaving Lock and Gao down. He thinks Strago can take it. Oh, but dropping to 3 hit points.
He's
That
not
heal
resetting.
force. Yep.
Yep.
He's gonna keep trying it. It's a strong ability. I mean, it has its own heal. It doesn't take any magic points. Oh, Seto walked away. That's why he didn't notice the double stream. Okay, so it's fixed now though. Working great. So thanks Seto for doing that. Javinator though must have some earrings on that Strago, doing 3,700 damage with that MagiTek missile. He is very, very ready for this poltergeist.
It's very scary to see one of the statues this early in the game as one of the checks that everyone goes to, but they're all handling it like champs. They got that flame shield that's helping keep at least one of their characters alive. Javinator attacking with an, was that a Ragnarok for only 420 damage? That seems
Yes.
kinda, that's super disappointing to have an
I wonder
endgame
what
tier
Locke's
sword.
vigor is to do only that much damage. He's
Right?
not the only one doing that. Lots of horror lances. Oh, so I'm so used to random chests, right? And so I just saw a couple characters pick up an R lance. That's because the chests are set, so that so whoever found went goggles, Genji gear armor. So whoever found the R lance will next get a goggles and Genji armor. So it'll take a bit to retrain my brain.
Yeah, I'm so used to the chests being random and then just the same throughout all of them, not being a kind of a lookup table. So if you grab your 50th chest, it's an R lance. If you grab your 51st, it's goggles. If you grab your 52nd, like that's.
They're definitely to the point where they're only getting good things out of chests. So how long do you keep grabbing chests? Because they're all pretty good now. Will we see people grabbing chests in Kefka's tower? I don't know, maybe.
At least the meme chest. They gotta grab the meme chest.
Oh, for sure, but I don't know. I probably would keep grabbing chests.
Same.
Yeah.
going
Only
for the
if you
monster in a
need
box.
something that could save you time, I guess. Aloe Vera, really easy boss. Throw one Revivify or Phoenix down, and he's dead. And you get, what do you get? Tiger Fangs?
I believe so, yeah.
Decent item for selling. Maybe go buy some more Ragnaroks by getting gold. So,
yep.
Lots of good things in the shops in this game too. So I would keep taking those monster in the box, trying to find some more gold.
Alright, you'll see here on the bottom right, Sid's about to take on Poltergeist. Let's see if he fares as well as our other runners have.
Phantom Javinator finds, gets that +1 strength, puts it on lock so he can finally do some damage, but even just as interesting, he finds the spell Merton is on that. If they doing a luck run around the statue there, I guess, and getting a fixed dice. Huh? Maybe that was it. Maybe that's what he was hoping for.
I'm a really huge fan of the fixed dice. It's an awesome.
You know, with capture, does it do? Oh, I think it still does do the throwing dice animation.
Let's see. He's gonna show it here for us. Getting the
Luckily,
white dragon.
He can even use it.
Mm-hmm.
Sid throwing out Bioblast on Poltergeist. Poltergeist is weak to poison, so good knowledge of the game there to use that on him. And Hefe tried to show us the capture on the fixed dice, and they missed. I didn't know a fixed dice would do that. Sid making quick work of that Poltergeist.
Maybe it misses if you try to capture with the fixed dice specifically. I don't know. Looks like he's.
It's not working.
Not working. It's missing.
I didn't think that was a thing.
They
They
always,
always
miss
miss with
capture,
capture, Green Monkey
you have
says.
to look at
Okay, I did not know that. What if you have an offering? I think I've seen that work. Or does offering not work with capture? I think it does. I don't remember.
I don't know. I don't remember.
Going back to his Lance. Give that a better shot. Oh, and those pearls. That white dragon is kind of a pushover, but he can be a jerk like all of the dragons.
Meanwhile, I don't see what Jex is trying to get from the Colosseum. Did you see what item he's...
Oh, I did not, but he's taken on a Scolian without resetting, so he's got a lot of confidence in Edgar, because I would probably just reset if I was fighting a Scolian one-on-one.
Same, absolutely. He's
but there he gets his flare proc. Javinator doing another one of my checks that's not necessarily my favorite, doing the Phoenix Cave. Not sure how many options they have left though. Maybe they've been running short on characters. No one's got more than 4 characters, so.
Nope, and I remember seeing all of the Gao checks. Definitely not Fnatic's Tower, but no one wants to do that. They don't have any good magic abilities as far as I can tell.
Yeah, learning Merton, and I mean I've seen the Flame Shield and a red jacket, so they might be on their way to some good Merton strats, but I think it's too early for that for sure.
Silverthorn says fixed ice plus capture has vanilla bugs, but they have a patch for it ready for a future Worlds Collide release. I'm really excited to see how that goes.
Oh, and Hefe is really struggling with this white dragon. Dragons are not scaled. You would think a scaly dragon would be tough, but in Worlds Collide, a not scaled dragon is much tougher than a scaled dragon. They are level 60 something, and they have a lot of hit points, do a lot of damage, so...
Yeah, I'm kind of crying inside for Hefe at this point, because he's got the confidence. But...
Well, there he goes, getting a runic, so maybe Strago can get some MagiTek missiles off or something to take this guy out. There he goes, runicking one of those. The white dragon doesn't have that many hit points. I could look it up, but I don't believe they have
Is it the least of all the dragons?
I think it is. I think he's pretty weak. And that MagiTek, Tech Missile or whatever it's called, doing 4,000 damage, so...
Should be bringing it down any second.
Yeah, he should be able. He just needs to get a few of them off and it will die.
Ooh, Jex's screen is really stressing me out with the Edgar on that Doom timer in the Colosseum.
Yeah, but he's confident. He's sticking around. He's thinking he can do it. And he gets another flare proc, so maybe he can. Oh, Hefe using that runic to get ahead in this fight. Really helping him. The pearl does keep going through, as long as it doesn't land on Strago, which it did.
Yep. That's the thing, is he double casts the pearl, so sure enough, you block the first one with the runic, but... Oh, and Jex gets the Doom in the Colosseum.
Oh.
All that time, just...
It must have been a really good item.
And he just decided
I
to get
didn't
out
see
there.
if Sid got a pearl proc, or if he had pearl, but
he has been.
Pearl
yeah,
came down and killed Doom.
He's been getting Pearl a few times off on him consistently.
Oh, and Hefe with all 4 characters up gets the kill on the white dragon, so he will get good experience from that. Javinator doing one of my least favorite checks, the Phoenix Cave, because it is not fast, and it ends up not being necessary, getting a cat hood as the reward, just a dead check. Dead check meaning no progression towards what he needs. Did you see what Hefe got for that dragon fight?
I did indeed. He got a Valiant Knife, one of the best weapons in the entire game. I'd say that's the best weapon, personally.
I would definitely have to agree with you on that. It's a little situational, I guess, but still.
It requires you to have a little bit of good HP and vigor, but once you get those 2 things in high enough level, it does quad 9s reliably. Like, it's... Put it with an offering, put it with a... I think it works.
And that's where it really shines. Getting 2 of them with a Genji glove or pairing it with an offering, as its damage doesn't get lessened by the offering. And unlike the fixed dice, who also doesn't get lessened, it doesn't take forever to throw.
It's a quick hit, and it's really consistent damage. With Genji Glove and 2 Valiant Knives, you can one-shot Kefka before he casts Fallen. Just kill him outright.
Thomas Joseph, a multiplayer hack where you can fight another team in the Coliseum? Yeah, that would be interesting. There would have to be like a point base or something, right? Someone goes in with characters with 200 speed, gets to go twice before you get to go. I don't know how that would work, so.
It would be a source of frustration and stress for me.
Yeah. It would be interesting to see how it works.
A hack that actually allows you to control characters in the Coliseum sounds wonderful.
That would be really nice.
So nice.
The only thing I really want in the game is to be able to put MagiTek on Gogo. He doesn't need to learn spells from him. I just want him to get the stat buffs from having a MagiTek. Just that one thing makes him go from being a decent character to absolutely worthless, because he has terrible stats and you can't increase them like everybody else. So.
And that's one thing I've wanted about Umaro too, is just to have a strength +2, throw it on Umaro. I think that'd be great.
I don't think that would make him broken. I mean, he's already a character that everybody pretty much grabs the snow muffler off of and dumps on the airship, right? Let him pilot the airship.
So yeah, I think if either
allowing him to increase his stats through MagiTek, not learn spells, I don't think would make him too good, but it would definitely make him a better character, maybe one that people would choose on occasion. So yeah, that's the great thing about Worlds Collide. We really have tons and tons of options. A lot of abilities that normally you wouldn't get to play with, like Shock and MagiTek, or whatever that one's called, the new one.
Yeah, MagiTek, the 1.1 newest addition to the ability roster. I'm really excited to run it in a seed or two. See, or even just have it randomly appear. That'd be so nice. Something to rival the Shock ability on Realm, for instance.
Yeah, Shock with Realm is
based on that.
That's
great.
It's a fast seed whenever you get her. So Jaxrock fighting his Doom,
along with Javinator.
Whole bunch of Ragnaroks. Javinator taking it at the same time, that using the full advantage of that MagiTek missile, doing tons of damage with that. Doom, one of the statues, a very difficult boss. Once you get him about half health, he throws out a force field, making all magic be reflected, and very hard to hit with physical abilities. So you need something like your MagiTek Tech Missile, which will bypass all of those defenses and do straight non-elemental damage.
Watching on Sid's stream, oh no! His strategy was actually pretty cool, and I was going to talk about how good it was, but then White Dragon got 3 pearls off, killed Locke, Strago, and Edgar. So Edgar's got the Phoenix Esper to revive everybody with 1 hit, and also deal fire damage on White Dragon, and I think that's a really good play, especially since in this seed, multi-summon is on, so he can keep casting that Phoenix as long as he's got the magic power for it.
Well, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
If he's the one runicking, he should stay alive. Ooh, magic power +2 on the Torado Esper that Javinator just picked up.
Nice.
That will make his Strago even more powerful with those MagiTek missiles. Oh, Jaxrock having a little bit of a hard time with that Doom. He's got his Ragnaroks, but then he's got Strago frozen, and Gao is... Does Gao just have a Cursed Shield equipped? Is that what he's doing?
If he's both confused.
That's what it looks like, because he's Berserk, yeah.
And he's going for the physical attacks, but he just can't hit, because Doom has an incredibly high evasion. About halfway through the fight, he just becomes really impossible to hit with a normal attack. So he's looking for those procs, and he's not getting them.
Overthorn talking about the hack called True Duel. Says it's really easy to assemble. We'll definitely make that into a flag. Alright, we'll see how that goes. That sounds cool. I'm a big proponent of fixed dice, but only if I've got an offering, which I know is slow, but I still like it, or a
Or the dragon.
dragon horn. Without that, the throwing just a one-time dice, it makes the randomness more apparent. It doesn't, without multiple hits, you don't get the average damage, which is pretty high. So throwing just one pair of dice feels pretty bad. And the animation's slow. Oh, and Edgar going down right after getting his flare proc. But then Locke gets his flare proc. Maybe this will take out Doom. We can hope so. And Sid just fighting that white dragon still, kind of struggling with him.
Yep, he keeps getting down, trying to get Edgar to throw out the Phoenix, or now he's just fighting with him with the fixed dice. Oh, and the worst roll. 1, 2, 1. Ouch. That is not what you want to see.
Sid is getting bullied by the white dragon. The white dragon can be a jerk, and he doesn't have a whole lot of hit points. But when he's double, triple casting on you, it can be very painful. So. Oh, but there he goes, missing a bunch of times. Still, no luck on those dice. Not getting any damage out of that.
Kefka Narsh, is that where we're character gated? Because I've only seen the 4.
Maybe it is. Have we seen? We haven't seen Fnatic's Tower. I don't know if anybody peeked it.
I think Hefe did peek it. I think.
Oh, did he?
I didn't see what he saw. He immediately left. He didn't go for it.
Must not have been your 5th character then.
Oh, there's Celeste. That looks like it. I think they're character gated at Kefka Narsh. That's
4 characters. That is not what you would expect, but it can always happen. There's his good dice rolls. That should kill that white dragon very shortly. Using fire too instead of the MagiTek missile. I can't imagine that does more damage. Maybe he doesn't. I don't know. Maybe he just doesn't like the MagiTek command.
Green Monkey saying maybe Javinator's found enough of his chests. As soon as he mentioned that Javinator was going for every single one, he just stopped entirely. Sid brings down the dragon.
And that's kind of what you do. That's how a normal seed goes. As soon as you've got the offense or the capability to take out Kefka, don't open another chest.
Yep,
so maybe he thinks he's there already. As soon as Edgar comes back up, roll to the face. This white dragon has been rather difficult for everybody, so.
Sid throwing that Valiant Knife on Locke and throwing the Illumina on Edgar. I saw Edgar's figures up in the 40s, so hopefully.
Which is pretty good.
Hopefully it works out a lot better than with Locke throwing it. Ooh, Doom Gaze for Hefe. Let's hope his levels are looking pretty. Oh, good.
Okay, he's good. Oh, I still remember watching the community race where I think it was Mr. Entity and got a total wipe. Near end game, all his characters were level like 35, and they all died to Doom Gaze. I think on this very check, so.
It's the worst.
Davinator taking out his white dragon, that's good, that'll give him some good experience.
Even that Valiant Knife too.
That missile did work on white dragon, yeah, that missile's been doing a crazy ton of damage on pretty much everything. Seems to be a fantastic non-elemental damage ability.
Even in just vanilla, like every time I'm in the MagiTek against Terra, it's just MagiTek missile, maybe Biolaptor for the bigger crowds.
Just for your AoE clear. But yeah, on the Hefe's screen, a tech missile was doing 8,000 damage to a very tough Doom Gaze. So it must have armor penetration or something.
Yep, but he just neutralized it, got a Celeste with decent stats and Slot.
And Slot, I'd probably take her over Gao. Gao is doing nothing, so.
Looks like Jax is gonna join the club and go and kill that dragon.
Grabs his fixed dice first, too. Oh, Javanator. Oh, this is a monster in the box. It's like he's back to doing chests, but. Oh, did Jex take a reset?
I didn't see what happened there.
Maybe he didn't want those fixed dice. It looked like he completely reset out of
Did he peek the dragon and decide that it wasn't worth it at all?
I didn't see if he saw the dragon. Yeah, Green Monkey says he didn't like that it was dead. He didn't want to fix dice, so he's off looking for that 5th character.
He's gonna come to Fanatics, see that it is not a character.
It's not a character. I bet. So he'll probably go off to get Narsh. Of course. Let's see. What other...
Oh, you're gonna see Abbott's Rock.
Or Burning House? We haven't seen either of those, have we?
Someone did do Burning House, and it wasn't a character.
So he'll be very happy to go through Burning House. His levels are pretty low, so maybe he'll be happy with the experience. I think his characters were about level 13, so a lot of experience to get at when we're almost to 50 minutes. So that's right, I do remember seeing the Burning House now, and it must not have been a character. So I'm gonna have to start just always running Kefka at Narsh because it so often seems to be gated there. I don't think the odds are that high that that's where it is, but it seems to happen all too often.
Strangely consistent, yeah. It's been a lot of these community races that we've been doing for Seeds of the Week that I've seen it gated at Kefka at Narsh, so I don't know. I don't know what would make the difference.
This also is a good seed for Jexbrock as he's trying to get that Curse Shield off of Gao. You'll want to take a couple extra fights. And Edgar able to equip pretty much anything. He can equip the 6 dice, the Valiant Knife, Atma Weapon,
Ragnaroks.
I didn't catch the magic power of that Strago. I was hoping to see that really quick on the Javanator screen. He does a lot of damage, so.
Well, I'm excited to see Cafe, the only one with Celeste at the moment. Gonna go and start doing some Celeste check. Show us what's available through her.
It's a very close race. I mean, all of them are 4-4, Javanator's 4-5, Hefe's 5-5. Getting that Celeste now is going to be a pretty big advantage. So he is got the leg up, starting to get those Celeste checks to get more progression than everybody else. So see when everybody else finally makes their way to the good old Narsh Mountain.
I can understand putting that off as long as possible, especially when it's
There's many characters. Yeah, you wouldn't think you would have to, but.
Oh, and finds Terra in the free check over in South Figaro. That'll open up a lot more checks.
Ceiling Cat mentions, not exactly sure about Jex's numbers, to be honest, as his stream has come in and out a little bit, so maybe making a little bit of a guess there on where he is. So I could easily see him being 4-4, 4-5. I mean, you're close, but
everybody else with the same checks is about there too. So,
ooh, and finding a Thunder Shield in that last chest, very good item. Especially all elemental shields provide protection to either fire or wind, so they always will work with Merton. And we do know that there's a Magicite that teaches Merton ×7, so getting that will be huge for anybody. He is casting Imp, so we know it is number 24. Fun fact, maybe not everybody knows, but you can Imp Senior Behemoth as well as number 24. Make them a lot easier.
I did not know that. That's a wild fact. Let me see.
I didn't. The way I learned that actually is my kids were playing Final Fantasy VI, and they said they imped him, and I was like, I don't think that's true. And they showed me that they could imp number 24. So it was something they taught me.
That's cool.
You can imp Daddy Llama as well, you think, Seto? That'd be very cool. I haven't ever done that before.
Guess I'm gonna have to test out these alternative boss strats.
Dueler Fortis is actually a really tough mob, so I better be giving him lots of experience points as he takes these fights. Losing Gao and Edgar. Needs Gao at least up.
For that shield, right?
Yeah, so we can get that paladin shield. Hopefully that level 4 flare doesn't bother him. Okay, it didn't. Good. Shadow confirming you can imp Daddy Llama. News to me. Usually he's a not very interesting boss. The Hefe I missed. He must have gotten Terra from South Figaro where he was. Did you see that?
Yeah, he got it from just the South Figaro Celeste.
So now he has his 6 characters, just needs 5 more Magicite, and he has lots of checks to be able to do that. I wonder if he will do a quick Magitech Factory. I would probably do Magitech Factory 1 and 2, or maybe wait until I have 3 Magicite left, and do Magitech 1 and 2, and debate whether or not I need to do Magitech 3. If I've got a lot of checks left over still, then I'll grab the quick 2 from Magitech and save the warp out and find my 3rd Magicite somewhere else.
I find more and more that
finding. Sorry, go ahead.
Go for it.
Well, Javinator's finding Air Force, yeah. An easy fight at this stage of the game. He can be a real jerk if you're fighting him early because of the spells and all the turns he gets. And he can be a real pain late if you're fighting him in the Kefka's Tower with only 2 characters, as he will do Delta Hit and Stone one of them. If you've got 4 strong characters, very easy boss.
I find even in vanilla, he always gave me a hard time, so Air Force sticks in my memory really well. He is weak to electric attacks, so Bolt 2, Bolt 3 will just do massive amounts of damage to him. Thunder Rods is a good thing to use on him.
Gave me a real hard time on the T edition, that's for sure.
Oh, I bet. The T edition, I haven't gotten very far in that. I think I stopped at Zozo before I just stopped being as interested.
Yeah, I lost my save state, so I gave up on it too.
Oh,
but it's a good one. It was really difficult, and I was pretty far into the World of Ruin and lost my save state. So, like Nightbot says, this is Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide randomizer for Final Fantasy VI. Go to ff6wc.com, check out what it's all about. It's also a good time now for those who are aware and have played the game, or even those just starting. We have a tournament coming up, the Battle Royale tournament, starting this Saturday, just in 2 days. So that will be a very fun tournament where we will be split up into pods, and the lowest time from each pod is eliminated each round, meaning that you've got a lot better chances of sticking around for a little bit. As long as you're just not in last place, you get to stick around and a couple more. Those will all be async for the first, I can't remember how many weeks, until we get down to, I think, the final 4. And then the final 4 will be restreamed on the Worlds Collide channel where we are now. And then the one after that, the top 2 from that, will then play for the championship to get to be the winner of the Battle Royale for this year.
Yeah, it comes with a lot of honor, a lot of glory, a lot of fun. So I believe that's all that we really get from it. We are entirely volunteer-based for Final Fantasy VI Worlds Collide. We're just a bunch of nerds, I guess, having a great time with this game. Hopefully with the hype of the Final Fantasy VI Pixel Remaster, we can find a couple more people who'd be interested in our randomizer. It'd be great to see the community keep expanding and growing. I've seen it grow just in the time that I've been here, and it's been a really fun time. So if you want to check us out, please do. We're happy to have more friends to play this game with.
So Hefe fighting that quick little battle in Vector, what that does is it gives you a free heal after it. So if you don't have a lot of healing, yeah, Schwantz running it out. He also thought it was really funny, and he had all 4 of his dudes imped, which was right before he just killed the boss anyway, or not even the boss, just the encounter. and then getting fully healed, so he didn't have to worry about everybody turning into an imp. But it's very rare that you see someone with 4 imps on a screen. It was pretty awesome.
It was pretty cool. I did catch a glimpse of it while we were talking.
Oh, and Jax Brock doing the long Phoenix Cave check. At least there's a lot of excuse me. At least there's a lot of chests here. I don't know if he's gonna take the dragon, but we know that this is just a cat hood. So, not the most exciting check that he may be expecting, maybe hoping for. FA grabbing a bunch of chests, and they're all pretty crappy. I thought he would be into the higher tiered gear right now, but
He
I don't
grabbed
know,
all of
those are
them
not
from
very
Sealed
good items.
Cave. Yeah, he's grabbed a lot from Sealed Cave, a lot from stuff. The only thing of note I've seen him grab in the last, like, 30 chests is the Thunder Shield that he got from one of them. But
Alright, Jax not grabbing the not grabbing all the chests, and not grabbing the dragon. Just going on.
Sid is... How long has Sid been on Ebbett's Rock now? I feel like he went there a little
I
bit
feel
ago.
like it's been there a long time. Oh, shoot.
He just got 10 more pieces of coral, so hopefully he's right at the number.
Yeah, Schwantz, so if you just joined, this does have the random scaled or progressive chests, whatever you want to call it, where the chests start off really crappy to start and get better as you go, and they are fixed, right? So whatever any of our runners finds for their 15th chest will be the same the next runner will find on their 15th chest. So it's been a really interesting race. The gear didn't get suddenly amazing at the end, it looks like. Oh, but that MagiTek though, that tech missile has been pretty much amazing.
He's getting... Was that quad 9s, or was that just under?
It was
I saw
just
that was
under. I think it was 9,600 or something like that. So that tech missile is doing crazy amounts of damage. So very high powered item. Ooh,
It'll be
Jax Rock
exciting to
buying
see.
a dragon horn.
Nice! We've had ample stuff to make jumping stats really good. And I haven't seen anyone using Merton strats, but isn't that still on the table? I've
I've
quite a few...
definitely seen some people casting. I think Hefe's casting Merton. So
Okay.
yes, Schwantz, definitely a Strago carry so far. Hardcore Strago carry.
In the beginning, he was the only damage.
All they had was Tech Missile, nothing else. They're swinging Ragnaroks for 100 damage and using Tech Missile for 4,000. So it's been a great showcase. Davinator buying himself some more Ragnaroks. Very cool.
Jack's finally getting that 5th character, Celeste. I believe that will leave Sid to be the only person who hasn't gone up to Narsh to get Celeste.
Javinator also grabbing the Quick Terra and then going to Quick Sealed Cave. Sealed Cave. Luckily there is free progression on, or this would be a guaranteed dead check, as this has been recently turned into a quote-unquote free progression check. A fantastic one for all of the many items that you get. Enhancer's fantastic, Economizer's good, Raj Vest, very good armor. Nakansu and Moogle Suit are both decent armor. I mean, it's better than nothing if those are your only options. So we'll see if he grabs the rest of the chests. The rest of the chests aren't quite as fast as that room full of chests. Oh, a Jaxbot fighting a Returner and a Dark Force, or Retainer and Dark Force. I would definitely run from that fight too. It's not an easy fight. Trying to gain some levels before fighting this boss doesn't seem to be panning out for him very well.
Especially if he just ran out of his last Phoenix down. That's not a good feeling.
And
It's
Sid
definitely
looking
been
for that last character, peeking the Fanatic's Tower just like everybody else. Pretty fun seeing all of our runners do roughly the same thing. Looks like he's going to Narsh now. He may have just realized that it's Kefka at Narsh. Yep, there he goes.
Yep.
Oh, Javinator going for a really long chest. I don't think I've ever grabbed that chest in Worlds Collide.
I usually do, but not in a race. I have learned to go around it instead of going for it.
Interesting. Yeah, I've never gotten it before.
Jeef, looking at the Esper and Zen, it only costs about 65,000, so he does not buy it there. He seems to be all set except for 2 more Espers, so he's going to try the World of Ruin, see if it's... Hopefully it's a lot cheaper in the World of Ruin for him.
Yeah, so talking about MagiTek, the tech missile, Seto saying, MagiTek more OP than throw. I mean, you don't have to buy anything, it has an amazing heal, and it has utility with the poison as well as the X Zone feature, and it has damage with tech missile and elemental damage, all 3 elemental damages that don't require any kind of magic point cost or anything. So yeah, maybe it is more OP than throw. I mean, maybe it's up there with shock, potentially better, because shock does AoE damage, which is great for clearing mobs, which this can also do. It also has solo damage. So where is shock not fantastic? Kefka's Tower, where you've got 4 pieces to Kefka that the damage gets split on and doesn't do a lot of damage. Rex Soul is not a great fight because shock will just kill his minions, do almost no damage to Rex Soul, and then you have to watch the death and reanimate animation, where with Tech Missile, that non-elemental armor-piercing damage will go straight into Rex Soul, making it a much better ability. Oh, and poor Sid, 2 of his characters are multiple of 5, taking a death to Doomgaze.
Doomgaze is the worst just because of that. Just that level 5 death, you're always at a multiple of 5. It feels like a 20% chance, but it's not. It feels more like a 50% chance. Like, I swear, half the time.
I've definitely had it quite a few times.
Thankfully, I haven't been party wiped in a while, but it's been close.
Yeah, people talk about Tech Missile being maybe just too OP, because when will you use those elemental beams? Because Tech Missile's non-elemental damage. So, is there a reason why you would want to use it?
Right, and
I don't know.
What would be a good way to balance it? Because I do like the idea of keeping it in, but what are good ways to balance it?
I can think of a few things that would help balance it, but at the same time, do you want to? Or do you want to keep it vanilla? Because to me, it's about the same. It's maybe a little bit better Tech Missile than, say, Bum Rush. So just create a flag. Like we do a flag with Bum Rush. You don't get Bum Rush until last. So you have to be level 42, which makes it suddenly now Bum Rush isn't everybody's strategy if they get it, right?
Yeah.
Because now you have to wait till you're 42 and then watch a long animation. So you could just make a flag MagiTek no Tech Missile or something maybe? That would balance it out.
Or something along the lines of maybe unlocking, because Terra has the full list, and everyone else just has Fire, Ice, Thunder Beams, and then Heal Force. So I wonder if there's like, you could have it be an objective to unlock the full list of MagiTek, and just have it so it's normally kept down to the 4 different beams until you complete that objective. And then lock it behind, I don't know, like Leet River, Burning House, Serpent
Something
Dredge.
people don't like to do. I like the idea of having it be a lock behind Leet River, since that's a Terra check too. So
right. We see.
Or even make it so you have to do the that's the security checkpoint thing in Marsh.
Right. But yeah, I think that'd be a good idea to lock the higher MagiTek abilities, keep the 3 elemental ones and the healing one, and just lock the higher ones behind an objective, maybe? Kind of the same way of getting an Illumina, because it's a good ability. Since it's so powerful, make it a little bit more working for your money kind of thing.
Yeah, maybe. I like all those. Yeah, there's lots of things you can do. I don't know how too OP it is. I mean, it obviously is pretty strong. It's not something you'd want to see on every seed, but yeah. Or maybe the power of it is just too high. We fixed Atmo Weapon. Atmo Weapon didn't feel right, so they changed it from Divide 64 to Divide 32. Now, if Tech Missile doesn't feel right, maybe change that multiplier down. Make it half as strong as it is. Even at half as strong, it would probably still be pretty good.
That makes sense to me. I like it.
Silverthorn likes the ideas. He says he'll check into it. Nice having someone who actually, you know, modifies the modifies the randomizer on the stream to listen to our ideas. So
Yep, knows how
no
to
one
get
can
into
argue
the
with
code.
us too, since it's just us on the chat.
Wait,
Yeah, the multiplier I think might be it, Seto. That's what I feel best about. Maybe not half it or something, but just change the multiplier on it so that it feels where it should be, similar to what we did with Atmo weapon.
Yeah, that's a really good idea.
Whole lot of nothing in the Coliseum, Lashwan says. Yeah, I feel like the Coliseum is usually just a trap anyway, so. Once that Javinator's items were getting pretty good, I saw him just grab a Revivify, so.
He grabbed
I
a
do
Pearl
like
Lance
how
right
they
before
don't
it,
just
though.
get amazing eventually, so. What did you say you found?
A Pearl Lance right before
Oh
the
yeah, that's really good.
So.
And Jexfrat getting that. Oh, I think he must have died. Oh, I think I saw him take a reset to Doomgaze, so hopefully this time goes a lot better for him. Jones says only issues that MagiTek already falls off hard towards endgame. Does it? I would like to see that, because right now it looks like the tech missile is doing quad 9s, and I don't see how that could fall off if it's doing quad 9s, so.
We'll have to see once they get into Kefka's tower and fight Kefka, but you're right, I don't see it getting worse than already doing max damage for single target.
Yeah, we'll have to see what happens with it then. That'll be interesting to see. Oh, Seto, if you don't like things that make the early game a cakewalk, you must not be a fan of Shock at all. Jones says when he was doing it, it was only doing 3k to Kefka, so maybe he had it on someone with lower magic power, I guess? I don't know. These people seem to be doing quite a bit of damage, so. Of course, Sid doesn't care about any of that anymore. He's doing the Merton strats, where everybody gets healed for 4,000 and it's doing quad 9 damage. So, a very, very quick work of that Atmo weapon. You won't be using MagiTek anymore.
Locked, unfortunately, got petrified, but doesn't matter if you blow everything up at front, I guess.
What is Javinator gonna buy? Oh, he's going to the auction house. I saw him sell an Atmo weapon and a Valiant knife, so I was very curious what he wanted to buy.
So I'm making a point about Shock not carrying you through early Goddess, but then there's things like Throw that would, right? I can see.
Shock could carry you through an early Goddess. If it's on Realm, I mean, it's gonna do enough damage to kill Goddess. As long as you have a Rage Ring or something like that to keep you alive through the fight, it's gonna do enough damage. And you're not just swinging, so you're not gonna turn around and kill yourself, right? You're not, unless you have an Umaru who just starts killing everybody. Oh, and Jexrock's taking a couple dooms with his one Phoenix down. Hopefully this goes better. Oh, and Seto Kiaba with gifting a tier 1 sub to or I don't care for this streamer we know as Green Monkey. That's awesome. So let's talk about that real quick. When all subscriptions to FF6 Worlds Collide, this channel, all the proceeds to that go to charity. No one's getting anything from that. So very much appreciate that from Seto Kiaba. Ooh, and Javinator having to take a reset.
As well as Jex.
And Jax trying again at that Doomgaze. Hopefully get some better luck this time.
Meanwhile,
Sure, his
Jeeve
characters aren't level 5.
Meanwhile, Jeeve gets a Dragon Horn from the Earth Dragon up at the World of Ruin Narsh, and I believe he's got the...
It looks like he's ready to go.
Yep, he's going. Picking up a Dragon Horn right before going isn't always a good thing.
Level 40 already too? I mean, he should be fine. He'll gain a couple levels fighting these extra bosses. It should be I would think it should be a pretty easy Kefka fight for him. Our rest of our runners have a lot to catch up to him, so. No skip available, so.
Yep.
AT 112, good time. Imp robot. Oh, that's
Got
why
him there.
Jav took his reset, just trying to get those last 2 Magicite and find an imp. There he goes. There he finds one. Must be comfortable with his levels too to get his Magicite from the auction house. Sid taking Magitech 3. I always love seeing a Magitech 3. So, maybe not the fastest check, but depending on where you are in the game, it can be some quick gold and money. He's still trying to find that 6th character, so maybe he's thinking he should take this as it could be the character he's missing.
But that means he hasn't gone to South Figaro to get the Terra that we saw.
Right, so
The free check, so.
it's a free check, but it's kind of a long free check, so I'm not always eager to go do that check once I pick up Celeste. I don't always rush and do that one either.
Especially if you've already looted South Figaro before you even got Celeste, so then you
Yeah,
just think,
exactly.
oh, great, I'm going there a second time.
And there's nothing good in the shops you need to go back for, so.
Jax is...
That Bioblaster though, on Sid or on Jaxrox's screen doing, was that 4,000 damage?
Yeah, we'll see it here again.
Yeah,
ouch.
that's some pretty crazy damage. They must be weak to poison, or he's just had that magic power +2 Esper on him for a long time. And not level 30 on Strago. He should be good. Checking those levels before taking this fight.
Is that that's a Magimaster on the bottom right with Sid.
Oh shoot.
As long as
Starting
he
off
keeps
with the
using
merchant, was he
Ferris
able to berserk him, or?
Yeah, I don't think he did. But let's see if he's got it on. He doesn't. I don't think he's
Just
had it
needs
on the
Strago
characters.
to do his tech missile, and he should have no problem. Mega Man coming in. When are we getting Worlds Collide for the Pixel remaster? I don't know if my eyes could take that glowing green grass in the open world.
You give the grass such a hard time.
I haven't played it yet. I'm waiting for all the bugs, like I said earlier, waiting for them to take all the bugs out of it. But I'm very excited to play it when it does get done. A lot of it does look absolutely amazing. So
I'd give a high recommendation to it. The opera scene was amazing. Everything about it was great. So far, for my personal taste in the games. I really
you haven't
enjoyed the
finished it though,
graphics.
have you?
Nope, just barely got to the World of Ruin.
I gotcha. There have been a lot of bugs, Mega Man. People still getting hit after they ran away. Games just crashing. Dusk was mentioning how he got.
I got
He
soft
tried to
locked on
use-
the boss.
Yeah, got soft lock on the boss where he couldn't get out of a screen where you had to use an item, but it didn't do the item screen, and then he couldn't get out of it. And since it's on wait, the enemy would never get a turn, so he just had to take a reset in Zozo. So
Alright, gotta congratulate Jax. He finally brought down that Doomgaze that was giving him such a hard time. And Sid sees that there is not a character from Magitech 3. He's gonna fight Guardian for not finding a character.
not finding a character. Guardian gives great experience, and he should have no problem casting his merchants and healing for more than max life, so should be a quick, easy fight for him.
Just glancing at his HP values, I don't know what level he's at, but he's gonna be great once he gets up the Kefka's
Yeah,
tower. He
Locke's
should
almost
have
got
no problem.
4,000 hit points. Yeah, he'll probably
Yeah.
be fine when he finally
Yep.
finds his 6th character and 10th Magicite.
Zodokaiva saying the first time he watched someone on Pixel Remastered, they got soft locked on a boss. I wonder if it was the same boss, because for me it was Dada Luma, and I was like, why am I getting soft locked on Dada Luma? Like, Daddy Luma should be easy.
If they taken the dragon, maybe he's not super comfortable in his levels. I thought his levels were fine to go through and finish this out, but
He's level 42,
maybe he
he's
feels
got
like he got to
bosses.
Kefka at a really good time. He's got some time to get some levels just to make sure this fight goes well. Javinator grabbing some chests in Kefka's tower, which I have never grabbed. Okay, Sato said he got soft locked in tier 2, which is a huge pain in the butt. I don't know about everybody else, but when I'm in Kefka's tower and I'm fighting Kefka, when I die or whatever, I do not have the energy to go through that again. In a Worlds Collide, I'll usually take a forfeit if I'm playing vanilla, I'll probably come back to it in a week or 3.
It does. It just sucks the fun out of it for you.
It definitely
Especially
can
if
drain
it's
you.
stock block, not even you playing bad.
Hefe making quick work of that Ice Dragon, but he's got a Javinator right on his tail that he doesn't know about, so... Seto Kiaba. Also, the new names of the tier parts are so bad. They are so bad. They're just letters. It's just A, B, C, D, E, F, whatever,
They are?
right?
Oh, that's
Yeah.
weird. I didn't know that.
What is it? It's something else before it. It's a Final Boss A or something. That's not what it is, but there's 2 words that come before it, and then it's just a letter designation for all of them, and it's like sequential.
Oh,
God of the House A, God of the House B, God of the House
not even
C.
like
Yeah.
in the Game Boy Advance, they had cool names. Like I liked Visage, Long Arm, Short Arm. Even if everyone makes fun of you because the 2 arms are the same size.
The arms are the same length. You just can't see them. Oh shoot, that's so bad. That's so bad. Oh my gosh. I think I saw someone on the Worlds Collide Discord post that. They're like, well, I guess we have official names now. I don't think anybody will use those. So heck, we're all a bunch of old fogies anyway. We all still use the original translations that are on the Worlds Collide rather than say the Game Boy Advance translations. So Statue of the Gods, that's what it is. A through I.
I mean,
That's
yeah,
right.
they're called the Statue of the Gods, but come on. Like,
Statue of the Gods, A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, and I. Really? It's canon, folks. Yeah, it is. That doesn't mean we have to use it. It's also canon to call Suplex Meteor Strike, and I don't think anybody's gonna do that.
Oh, and Ceiling Cat bringing up another good point about the Pixel Remaster. So, if you have like a Cure spell targeted on your whole party and you have memory, and then you choose an attack spell, it still has it focused on your party. I've done the same thing Ceiling Cat complained about. I have cast a high-level attack spell and almost wiped my party because I used that character to cast Cure before that.
Yeah, I'm not quite there, Seto Kiaba. I actually think the Game Boy version is a very good version of Final Fantasy VI. It's definitely one of my favorites. I prefer the old translation just because I grew up with it. I can put that aside and I can play the new GBA version. If I'm gonna emulate one of them on my phone or something, I will probably do the GBA version over the SNES version, to be honest.
Is taking down a statue. Got Flame Meter out of the way. He's going to be proceeding up the final leg of Kefka's Tower.
And Sid making a quick comeback. He was really struggling to find that 5th character, but as soon as he did, he found the rest of the requirements super fast as he jumps into Kefka's Tower just a few minutes behind Javinator.
That'll leave it just for Jax, who is completing the MagiTek factory. Meme chest was an Atlas armament for Hefe. We'll have to see what the other people land on for the meme chest as they take it.
I was like, oh, and then there's Rexel. We get to see what I was talking about, but no, instead we're just going to use Celeste with ABBA weapons to take out the Rexel. We don't get to see the tech missile.
Edgar with Valiant, Celeste with Atma. Maro just attacking the Soul Sabers.
Yeah, you see, Seto, I agree with you there. You're saying it's just his hang-up. He's just so used to the SNES translation. See, I see Meteor Strike, and I read Suplex. I see Holy, I read Pearl. It's also ingrained in me, and I can just, read the right one, the correct one, while I look at the new translation, so...
See, I'm a little young. I got into the Game Boy Advance one first and played it and beat it in that one, and then I came to this community and had to relearn what Merton was.
That's true. You were like saying, I don't remember what they were.
Yeah, Merton is Meltdown, Illumina is Lightbringer. Like I have all the GBA names. I had them all memorized.
You were using those with me, and I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
I remember my first seed I ran, I picked up an Illumina and said, what the frick is this? Is this like a consumable?
Some items lost their charm. Offering over Master Scroll. Change my mind. I like Master Scroll. I don't think that's a terrible one. I mean, whatever. Offering just has that connotation of awesomeness because it let you attack 4 times. It's not because the word was that amazing. It's just because it ingrained into us, I believe, at a young age, that was super cool.
Yeah.
Is he using Burton to heal himself, maybe, Javinator? Or did Flame Eater cast that, maybe? I don't know.
It might have been Flame Eater. I don't know. Because Strago had the Ice Beam and then Gao had the Exo, so I think it was. Yeah, it's been Flame Eater casting the Merton.
Oh, okay. Healing himself. Luckily, it heals Gao too, so not a problem.
Poor Dusk got
A lot of
deprived his
Mertens.
childhood. I hope you realize my childhood wasn't that long ago. I was... I'm in my mid-20s, like, Final Fantasy 6 came out before I was born by a couple of years, so...
I am offering the enemy for sword slashes, obviously. Oh, really? That's exactly what I would think too when I hear that. That just makes sense.
I was given an
There we go.
option-
Use an expert. Good job, Chief. Use an expert, showing off the MagiTek abilities.
Here we go. Always nice to see all 4 runners in Kefka's tower. Remedies.
Jax is not. Jax is still in MagiTek.
Oh, Jax is still in. That's my bad.
It looks similar. Yes, it does.
Kefka's tower was
MagiTek.
taken from MagiTek.
The tower's like a mix of MagiTek and Floating Continent, right? So they look very similar. Yeah, he's got a few Magicite before he can jump in and catch up to everybody. So AT comes from MagiTek. I know, right? Exactly. So it's kind of like MagiTek, kind of like the Floating Continent. So
Tech Floating Continent Vector Rebel is the word they use in the game.
there we go. Javinator. Yep, using that MagiTek to do 7,000 damage to Rexsoul. That is very good damage on a boss with really high magic defense. I mean, Shock, you're using Shock to do 5,000 damage to things. It'll hit him for like 500 and just kill his minions and stay alive. So that's a great showcase of how MagiTek is potentially one of the strongest commands in the game. I didn't think that. That didn't like come across like, oh, they made MagiTek a command. I bet it's going to be OP. I definitely didn't think that, but watching it, I don't know. It seems to be pretty dang good.
Yeah, the AoE Bioblaster, the single target MagiTek missile, and then the elemental abilities, it's all really good. Like, this has been a great showcase. Strago's been... You'd never say Strago's a carry, but he's definitely the carry.
Oh yeah, absolutely he is.
Alright, looks like Jeef is just doing his last minute adjustments, and he's got all his statues down. He's good to go. We're gonna start to see some tier 1 fight.
At 125 into Kefka, final Kefka.
Meanwhile, Sid's messing with switches, and Javinator's fighting a senior behemoth. And Jax is fighting Magimaster. Always a great thing to see.
Oh, and of course, quick Bolt 3 right to Strago, his character who he needs to use those missiles. And he still only has the 1 Phoenix down. Hopefully he's learned life somewhere? This guy. Just a little bit of advice. I usually like to carry around 10 Phoenix Downs on me, so... That's Senor Behemoth, sir. Sorry, I will say it right, Jeremy. Having her doing less dirty. Just leaving her dead, huh? Just leaving her face down, taking out the Senor Behemoth.
Trying to exone the Senor Behemoth. Still not getting it off.
Burn to the face. Oh, and he gets a Doom! No, Jeff!
Oh.
Well, let's see if Expert did not work. It said miss. But I don't think it's a guaranteed hit like a Magitech or Sword Tech 8 or anything, so... Expert, Crossfur, how do we say that? Now I want to see a Behemoth. Un sombrero! Con marachas, or whatever those are called. That'd be fantastic.
Does he does he get the sombrero and the maracas and stuff before or after becoming undead? It's got to be before, right?
You know, I think that should be Jeep's new sprite. Should be a Señor Behemoth and a sombrero.
Yeah,
that would be perfect. That would be a perfect one for Jefe. If I was at all good at art, I would definitely create one of those for El Jefe. It's pronounced Zelfer? Helfer?
That was gross. Helfer.
Helfer. Oh, shoot. Just catching up here on chat what everybody's talking about, so. That Possess is also super OP. It doesn't help with a lot of the fight, but it can definitely help with your tiers 3 and 4, make those go crazy fast. And Javinator just really not having luck with this Señor Behemoth. I mean, his X zone misses, he gets sleeped, now he's just watching him sleep. While Jax Brock is also having struggles of his own with MagiMaster, he has a dead Strago, and he's out of Phoenix Downs. I don't know. Oh, he has his one. Yeah, I would definitely use it. He looks like he's debating using it on him.
Meanwhile,
I would definitely do so.
Gets the X zone off.
Oh, and he gets a Doom on Edgar, so he's got. I would still use it. He's waiting for MagiMaster to be done taking all his many turns before he does it, I guess. Okay. Meanwhile, Jefe up on tier 2 doesn't seem to be having any problem. I didn't see if he had mute or anything, but having that MagiTek missile doing tons of damage.
Oh, Jax, right as he brings up Bolt 2 to the face.
He's just gonna slot MagiMaster, who has a lot of hit points at the level that they are. He has a lot of hit points.
He doesn't want to reset because he's so far, but
I don't know if he saved in between too, in between tiers 2 and 3, so it might still be faster to do this. Right. But I love Seto Kaiba Seto Kaiba, I don't know how he pronounces it, in the chat saying that the crossfur is pronounced Zelfer. I think that is fantastic. I will use that from now on.
Definitely.
Using Zelfer to take out the long arm. Perfect.
That's the way you win. It's a proven strat. I've seen it many times. Zelfer wins.
Use those Zelfer strats.
Yeah.
First, you go to the auction house. 2 tries, get everything you need.
Yep. You go to a random check that no one will want to go to and find the character that everyone will eventually find. You go to Kefka Marsh first.
Shoot. So, Javinator taking care of that Señor Behemoth. He's on to final Kefka 2 at 1:30. Kind of rough for the timing. Zelfer barely knew her. Hexrock, I am worried about. Oh, and not getting off anything that's going to do anything. He must have his Paladin shield on Celeste. She's doing fine, but. What you wouldn't do for some Super Balls right now, huh? Something to make that go a little bit faster. Yeah, Hefe's Tech Missile doing quad 9s on these parts of Kefka. It's good. I mean, I was comparing it kind of to Bum Rush. Bum Rush has a kind of a long animation for those quad 9s. If it's
and
even
you have
doing
to do the
quad
input.
9s.
Yeah,
and you have to do the input. So
and you don't get to select the character. It's
and you don't
better in every way.
You're right. It is a lot better. He probably has. This might be fluky, right? Because he has a really high magic power. We're talking about. We had Jones in the chat was saying that when he had it, it was only doing roughly 3,000 damage. So you just have to have it on a character with a high enough magic power. Get a magic power boosting Esper to make it as strong as it is. So maybe this seed is an outlier, making it look like it's too good. Because it's doing a really good job of that.
We'll have to see it as more people do the 1.1, because it's been great this whole seed.
Oh, and Hefe not quite doing enough damage to avoid the Meteor, which only hits Locke.
Which-
Oh, but
which
then he
does-
gets another one.
Oh.
So hopefully this one also goes as well. Oh, okay. Oh, and Locke's alive, and that should finish him off. Let's see if he gets a calmness on Strago.
On this block.
Oh, and Strago
Oh.
with the clutch block.
Javinator cleaning up tier 1 the same time Hefe clears up tier 3. Sid just barely entering the Kefka fight. And Jex still rolling slots, just trying to bring down this MagiMaster. Oh, he does
got
it!
him. Good job, Jax. We all feel your pain, man. That was a rough MagiMaster. Oh, but he's able to clutch it, which is awesome. Sato, someone should be able to figure out how the technical math works, but apparently he's not up for doing that. I'm obviously occupied. I guess he's doing the restreaming, so he is too.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'd definitely like to see the formulas and stuff. Although I look at them and there's so many steps for the damage calculation in the game. I think it's like 12 steps, but that's just factoring in all the vulnerabilities, all the... there's a damage multiplier for critical hits. Like, it takes its time to calculate the damage you do for every single hit. I've seen the formula in the exact way it calculates it, and I don't remember it at all.
FA not struggling too much here on Kefka. You got a fallen one and then slip hit or whatever that one is. Finished off Edgar. He's preparing Goner right now. He's throwing everything he's got at it. Ooh, he's got another Thunder Shield for another hopefully quad 9s to throw at this guy.
Oh,
but
Goner
goes
goes
off. So no, he'll just lose that shield actually. Tech Missile is basically a fast free flare. I actually think it might have a higher damage potential than flare. I mean, when I cast flare, it doesn't do quad 9s. Unless it's on like a realm who has a high magic power, which maybe that is what Hefe has. I'm curious to see how much it does in comparison. Yeah, it is really lame, Seto, to lose an item that you had queued up when you died. I can see why, but yeah, that can be super frustrating. Is that it for Hefe?
Without flashes, yep. That's it, GG's.
Oh, right, there was no flash. I was waiting for the flash. How do you know when, when you win? Oh, shoot. Oh, looks like his time. Let's see, pop into the race channel. FA type in done, getting an official time of 1:34:49. Very good time. We will get him in for an interview as soon as he's ready. If he's available, doesn't have kids running around making too much noise. Sounds like mine just got home and luckily I've got the door shut, so. Yeah, GG's in the chat for the Jeef.
Yeah, GG's.
Jeef. As everyone should know, the way he prefers his name to be pronounced is Jeef. A lot of people say Jefe for the Spanish, but he's from Louisiana. He prefers Jeef. So.
He's practically family. We've known him for so long now.
Almost a year. Oh, and Jexbrock. No Merton strats on that lock. Just taking the Merton to the face while he kills that. So. Javinator not too far behind him, working on his Kefka's tower into tier 3 now.
Mm-hmm. Sid's been on tier 2 for a little bit now. He's got that, the tools or the lady or whatever, successfully dead.
Alright, pinging, I should say, at Hefe. Pop into the waiting room. Okay. Just pinging him real quick, see if he wanted to join us. Talk about this fun seed we had. Oh, there we go. We got a Hefe. How are you?
Doing well. How are you?
Good. GG, man. Good time. 134.
Thank you.
How did you like the new the 1.1 changes that you experienced?
Oh, they were fine with me. I mean, I enjoyed it.
Anything that
So a
stuck
lot
out
of
to you?
people in the chat talking about MagiTek, the
Mm-hmm.
new command. What did you feel about it?
It's a little OP, maybe.
That
Maybe,
seems to be the
maybe a
general
little OP.
consensus. How much magic power did Strago have at the end, though, to be able to do that kind of damage?
I have no idea. Let me find out.
I was curious because we had Jones in the chat saying that he ran a seed, test seed, I guess, with MagiTek. He said it fell off really hard at the end game for him, and it was only Tech Missile was only doing like 3,000 damage. Or for you, it was basically like a bum rush doing quad 9s, but a lot faster and targetable.
105.
Okay, so that's pretty dang high. So
Yeah,
maybe
I had
this
magic
seed,
power +2 on him the whole way.
right? So maybe this seed is just making it look better than it is.
And the
I
hero
still
ring
think it's
and earring.
very strong.
Yeah.
What else stood out with you on the seed?
Killing a dragon at level 20 was fun.
An unscaled dragon, yeah, we were nervous there.
And then running into, it was 2 statues in a row whenever I got Edgar. That was kind of not fun.
Right,
Yeah,
I think
that
it was
early
Doom
Poltergeist.
and Poltergeist, yeah.
Yeah, Doom and Poltergeist.
Did you do every other check before checking? Oh no! Javinator loses his Strago right before going to tier 4 Kefka to calmness.
Ouch.
Your
So did
Strago
Sid.
whipped out a shield with that G-Flux.
He was fine.
I just watched
Yeah.
Sid and Javinator both lose their Strago.
Well, they both lost their Strago
Yes.
right as they go to tier 4.
They are
Oh,
neck
that's
and
rough.
neck for.
There's a lot of your damage right there. I forgot. Sorry, watching that just kind of threw me. I was gonna ask you something and I totally spaced. Oh, I was wondering if did you do every check possible before going into Kefka and Narsh?
No, I still had Burning House and Phoenix Cave.
Okay, so I know for
But
a
yes,
fact that
basically every check other than
Phoenix
Kefka.
Cave was just a cat hood. So a lot of our runners thought, oh shoot, maybe that's where we're gated, and went and did that, and it was a dead check, which is terrible.
I'm glad I bailed on it then, because I was going to do Burning House first.
I didn't think you were. I thought you liked Burning House well enough.
I did, but after killing 2, well, at that point I'd killed 1 dragon and I was fine for Kefka's Tower, so I didn't want to go.
You didn't need the levels.
Yeah, I didn't need the levels, so then it's just extra fights for nothing.
Gotcha.
But I did save right outside of it to where if I went to Kefka and Narsh and it was nothing, I could reset out and be right by the Burning House. That's smart.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, absolutely. I was just watching Javinator see if he, so MagiTek. Did you do any of MagiTek? I don't think you did you?
1 and 2.
You did do 1 and 2? That again was the right call, because MagiTek 3, the boss was Magimaster. Which by the time you went there, you probably wouldn't have had a problem with Strago just using MagiTek missile on him. But
Yeah, probably.
X-Rock had a little bit more of a problem, mostly because he just ran out of Phoenix Downs. And so he had a character that had a Paladin shield who was able to finish it off, but other than that, he didn't. So he was able to do it, but it took a long time. There was a whole lot of nothing in the Coliseum.
Yeah, everyone who went to the Coliseum just bailed. Yep. I think you were the only one that actually got anything useful out of the Coliseum from what I saw.
Cool.
Yeah, the seed, though, was pretty generous with shops. I mean, we saw, I don't know how much of it you saw, but we saw Ragnaroks, we saw Behemoth suits, we saw, I can't remember what else, but there were a lot of really good items. I mean, there was an economizer for 65k that I don't think anybody bought.
Yeah, you didn't need one. You had MagiTek.
Yeah, exactly. There was your magic, so. Oh, and Javinator stealing I think he stole that Mega Elixir from Kefka to use it right before Goner. That's pretty fantastic.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, a lot of the
Oh, and
steals came through, and I was surprised that a lot of these things had things and had good things.
there were some pretty good steals. I saw that everybody got a red jacket, which we saw quite a few Merton strats. I don't know if you used those.
I didn't.
We saw a red jacket from Poltergeist.
Mhm. Yeah,
What
Poltergeist
else
has
did?
red jacket.
Yeah, I can't remember what
The
else. What other
lady
good
that
steals
tower
there were?
has Ragnarok. The rest has an as a Atma weapon.
Atma weapon.
Kefka's got a Mega Elixir. There's good items if you know where to find them, but it's not always what you'd think to do.
Right.
I
got
can
an air
definitely see
anchor.
that be a standard strat now. If
Mhm.
that's on when you get to Kefka, do a quick steal so you can Mega Elixir Hyperdrive if you haven't found like a Magimaster earlier in the seed. That is interesting.
Oh, and Sid beats out Javanator barely neck and neck, but he beats out Kefka first.
That was
GG's
quite
Sid.
the comeback. He was quite a bit behind when he were coming up and catching up.
Mm-hmm.
Right, well, FA again, GG on the win. Anything else you wanted to talk about? Anything else?
No,
for
thank you guys. Thank you guys for putting this on and commentating it. And it was fun to run, and I didn't expect to come in first. I kept looking for other people to finish, and I was like, all right, nobody's done yet. So
Is that maybe why you felt like you had a little bit of time? I saw you took an extra dragon at Kefka's Tower.
I was looking for an offering because I had Atma weapon, I had V knife, and they were doing good damage, but I had no offering. So
Gotcha. I did wonder. I was like, he's got the damage. I mean, he's level 40s. It'll be an easy kill for Strago, obviously, with his 100 magic power tech missiles. So I kind of thought maybe that's why he took it, but I'm going hoping just to get that offering and getting a few extra levels. That makes a lot of sense.
yep, that was the plan.
Cool. Well, I think we will see if we can grab Sid. But again, GG on the win. And then thanks
Yeah,
for
GG's.
stopping by.
Thank y'all. Y'all have a good night.
You as well.
Alright, I will pull Sid in, see if he's ready. Sid, GG.
Hey, thanks. GG.
See if you got a time, an official time of 1:42:54. What'd you think of this seed?
Was that Kefka Narsh the only character progression?
That was it. It took, let's see, a couple of our Hefe who won was lucky and did not try Phoenix Cave or Burning House. Phoenix Cave was dead. I can't remember what the reward was for Burning House.
I believe Burning House was some Esper, but
it was at least
Yeah,
an
I did
Esper. It was
that
at least some progression. Oh, and Chexbrock jumping onto the stage. Not sure what he's doing there. But yeah, so it was basically who found the fifth character at Kefka at Narsh sooner, and that's you actually found it after Javanator. Javanator got ahead of you on progression, but you were able to catch up through Kefka Tower and Kefka. You were able to catch up and beat him by just over a minute.
Oh, nice.
So it was a
Yeah.
very close race between the two of you.
That old man was definitely carrying me through. His magic power was something like 100 by the end of that.
Yeah,
that's what we've been
that was
talking
pretty
about.
common. We asked Hefe. He said that his Strago had 105 magic power. So let's talk about the new MagiTek command. What did you think about it?
Tech Missile, real good. I kind of
It's
forgot about Tech Missile.
I saw you using some others for a little bit, and I was wondering if you knew about Tech Missile or knew how powerful it was.
Pulled it out on the Magimaster fight, which, oh my god, how about all those bosses just in a row that were just ringers? But I hit him with Tech Missile. I was like, oh yeah, it's strong, not just on
Yeah.
elemental.
We definitely saw that Poltergeist and Doom were like back-to-back bosses, but most of our runners, it looked like, were just using tech missiles just to bring them down, and it worked. So,
And Doomgaze at Kefka Narsh, right?
oh, that's true. That one gave some of our runners a lot of problems. It's a very hard boss with high magic defense, but it looked like tech missile for most of you was doing somewhere between 6 to 8,000 damage.
Yeah, useless Gal though.
Yep.
Absolutely useless cow. He was a quick trade once everybody found. I mean, it was pretty linear seed, just the way the characters came out. So I think everybody dropped Gao for Celeste as soon as they got her.
Oh, when I saw her, I immediately unequipped Gao. I'm like, I don't even care what she's got. It's gonna be better than this.
It's gonna be better. It has to be better.
Yeah.
So she didn't have. I mean, Slot's okay. I like it early better than later, but it's a decent command. But she had good stats, so I think she was the better pick for sure.
Yeah. Well, hopefully y'all saw that White Dragon fight because
Oh
that
my
was a
heavens!
chore. Holy
We,
cow!
we definitely were talking about that, where you kept bringing up Edgar so he could continually cast Phoenix to bring everybody up again. Never seen so many pearls kill so many people in one fight.
I was gonna
Honestly.
do it. I was in
I
for the
did
long
like
haul
your
on that.
strategy though. I mean, having Edgar runic to stop a pearl, then if he lived, which he had a good chance of it, he could then Phoenix to bring everybody else back, so you could get more tech missiles into that dragon. And I think you ended up actually killing him with all 4 people up, isn't that right?
I did,
Yeah,
which
so
was
that ended
unexpected.
up working perfectly. It took a little bit of time, but the experience was definitely worth it.
Yeah, I actually wasn't intending on taking that dragon fight, but it clipped me on the way out, and I'm like, yeah, I'll go for it. And I'm like, oh no, it's White Dragon. This one's gonna be
Uh,
gonna be rough.
he's such a pushover for hit points. He's usually an easy dragon, but when he's unscaled and throws 3 pearls in a row, it can be devastating.
Oh well.
Cool. Well, anything else before we pull Javinator in? Anything else you wanted to talk about?
Um, I scrambled to learn the clock tower on the fly, or the clock
Oh
plus.
shoot! You didn't plug in 61050, did you?
I did it first just to be like, haha, just to see if it would. But
Yeah.
I went through and tried to remember where all the spots were. I've only done that once with the new
Oh,
patch.
very funny. I
I was like, they don't
I
hurt
have
nobody.
only done it once, but it caught me by surprise too. I went and plugged in 61050 twice and was sitting there like, really? Luckily, I had somebody on stream who was, I think it was Kilbasiago or someone. He's like, yeah, dude, you got to go talk to all the NPCs and figure that out. So
You know?
I was very surprised by that.
But you
You
know
even
what?
knew about
I
like the
guessed.
weapon shop sign area. Like I didn't know about that. That the clock over there.
Clock?
Yep, that one's
Yeah,
the
I
true
didn't know
one
about
if
that.
he says it live. I did know about that one. Um, but looking at my, I only had 6 hints, and I had no idea what the minutes were for the most part because I think it was 2, 10, 10, and the minutes and the seconds were a total guess. I got it
If
on the
they're
first try.
10-10, it's a pretty quick guess as long as you go that direction, I guess.
I was like, hell yeah, first try.
First try. I knew that. Yep, figured it out.
Wasn't guessing at all.
Oh
Just
shoot,
fast.
that's fantastic. So, all right, well,
Guesses were nice.
GG, good job on the
Yeah,
second
GG.
place.
Yeah, GG's.
All right, let's pull Javinator in. Hey Jav, how's it going?
Hey, not bad. How's it going?
Oh, pretty good. GG on the third place finish, time of 144.11. That was kind of a rough seed. What did you think of it?
I didn't find it rough at all. I mean, the start was a little slow, um, just because it was basically just offense from um, the MagiTek, the MTech ability for quite a while. But other than that, um, yeah, I actually didn't find it that tough a seed at all. Really, I was kind of memeing a bit, and I opened every chest I could find.
Yeah.
Um, which I mean, I probably could have stopped 25 chests ago, but I was curious. I've never played a seed with the chest scaling like that, so I basically opened every chest in every area I went to just to see if I could get anything crazy.
Yeah,
And
so
then
what did you think about that plane? I meant to ask this of our other runners and forgot, but what did you think of the random scaled chests?
it's interesting. You could definitely tell the items were getting better later, but I think if I were doing this in an actual race, I probably wouldn't change my normal. I probably wouldn't get many extra chests compared to like my normal routing, unless I was really hurting for offense or items or something like that. Because I was getting even at the end, right, a lot of remedies, green cherries, like I had so many chainsaws. Um, and like yeah, every once in a while something good would come up, but I was looting I'm rocking 3 economizers with Mertens, and I've got rags and Genji gloves. Like, I don't need that stuff at that point, right? Because it's
Mhm.
pretty late in the seed when you're hitting that, and I was hitting almost every chest I could on the way. So like, I don't think it would change my routing too much. I think it'd be interesting because everybody would be getting the same stuff, and maybe somebody would push 1 or 2 chests a little further and find that alumina or whatever. But yeah, it was interesting for sure. But I don't think it would change my play too much if I did it again.
Yeah, that's kind of the feeling I was getting from it too. So, also, how did you feel about stealing always working?
That's fun. I actually like that a lot. Because now steel's kind of useful, right? So,
Mhm.
I'm going for Merton strats, and oh hey, there's Poltergeist. Let's get a red jacket. Um, and if you know the steals, you can definitely go for them. It's
I think it
I
was you
really
on
like
tier
that.
4 Kefka too.
Yeah, yeah.
Stealing that match with Mega Elixir to
Actu-
block Goner.
yep. I kind of
That was
forgot he had
awesome.
Mega Elixir, and then I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
um,
Because I
and then I
saw you
actually
didn't
didn't.
have the healing, and I was like kind of worried for you for a second there, and then you stole that Mega Elixir, and it's like, okay, yeah, he's fine.
Yeah, I was thinking about putting rage rings on everybody just so the Mertens would be cure 3s. I probably should have, honestly. Then I could have just blown through that uh the whole Kefka fight a lot faster. But
I believe that's
yeah.
what Sid did, unless he used. I know he had at least a flame shield and a red jacket. I think everybody had both of those items, so he was using Merton as a heal as well for all of his guys, and he did enter Kefka's tower a little after you and finished Kefka a little before. So, I mean, I don't know how much of that was RNG and how much of it was the Merton strats, but it worked for him. So,
Yeah, I was it was a little bummed having Strago go down because he was doing so much damage while the Mertens were great for like spread out damage. I want that high single target damage for Kefka. So
oh, for sure. And
of
actually,
everybody going down, Strago in tier 3 was not the best.
it was actually pretty hilarious watching both. So for you, Hefe, and Sid, Kefka targeted Strago with Calmness. Hefe's, of course, with his G-Fluck, pulled out a shield and didn't get Calmness. But you and Sid almost at the same time took a Calmness to Strago as you entered tier 4 Kefka.
That's funny.
So I
Yeah,
was
I think if I
commenting on you having it happened when Dusk is like, oh, and that actually just happened to Sid as well.
it's kind of my own fault for not passing the Cure 3 around. So I had Cure 3 on Edgar, who is my best single target damage swinging those rags. And so to
Mhm.
keep people alive, uh,
Your best damage
I
dealer was
yeah, my
healing.
best damage here was kind of healing, and then he was doing runics to try to because I was scared of getting hit with an Ultima or something like that. So I played it a little cautious, and that's probably where Sid passed me.
Yeah, it was just by what? Just over a minute, less than a minute and a half. So it was a very, very close race between the two of you.
Yeah, it was a fun one. Like I went and did the clock for practice. I actually had no idea what item I got.
That's what
um,
I wondered too. I think it
I
was
I
an
found
Illumina though.
it was an Illumina. Yeah, I didn't realize that honestly until after I stole the Ragnarok from what's her face girl or and the
And
Atma weapon
then
from
you went to
Sleep.
equip it and found an Illumina.
Yeah, yeah. I was gonna go see if I could put it on Gao for fun, and then I scrolled past it Illumina. I'm like, oh hey, Illumina, neat, equipped.
Of course, just randomly find an Illumina in your inventory, as you do.
Yeah, as you do.
So
Yeah, I
I
guess like
was
if I was gonna do that again, I'd probably sort my inventory like right before I did the objective, so I'd know it was at the bottom, so I could see what it was. But yeah,
that's another thing to maybe mention to Silverthorn or something. Usually when you get an item, it says what it is. I don't think it should say a high tier item. I don't know how hard it would be to change that to it instead of saying you get a high tier item to being Illumina, Ragnarok, whatever it is.
yeah, for sure. Yeah, it would definitely be helpful because like I didn't feel like searching for it after I did the clock. I was just like, yeah, okay, time to get going. Like I didn't even really need to do this. I'm ready for Kefka. Let's just keep pushing through. Um, but actually, that ice rod ended up being, I guess, a little bit helpful. So, and then I used the pro rod at the end. So, I mean, the rods were. It's not like I didn't use them, but yeah, it was a fun seed. It was a fun race. I had a blast.
Yeah, absolutely. It was fun watching and commentating. Good job on everybody seeing the new strategies, seeing the tech missile really, really shine. But I do believe maybe that was in part due to the Strago having an okay magic power, but then getting that magic power increase Esper right away. I think most of our runners had Strago with over 100 magic power at the end. So I think if maybe the magic power wasn't as powerful, then the MTech wouldn't feel as overpowered or broken as a lot of people in the stream seem to think it was. So.
Yeah, I mean, it was definitely very powerful. I'm pretty grateful for it, given the given Locke and Gao with just
That's
steal and
true.
capture. So I was
Gao
pretty
could do
grateful for it at the
nothing.
start.
Hmm.
But yeah, it's
Cool.
fun to see it in there. It's a welcome change. I will say it was kind of weird, like with the flash reduction off. I actually thought something was wrong with my Ragnaroks because it doesn't flash when you get the crits, and I
Oh,
was
right.
wondering why I wasn't
You
getting
didn't think
crits.
you were critting.
But then like the damage was pretty high, and then I noticed my MP was going down. So it's like, okay, I am critting. It just doesn't feel like it because there isn't that flash. So that was kind of weird.
I thought
But
the same
otherwise, it
thing
was
when Hefe finished the race. I was like, is Kefka dead or not? What's going on? Because I was waiting for the flash. So something we got to get used to, I guess, is that flag gets selected or not.
yep, for sure.
Cool. Well, I think we're gonna wrap it up here. Thanks again, Javinator, for jumping in and talking to us. GG on the third place.
Yeah, thanks very much.
This
It was
race.
fun. Thanks to the
GG's again.
restream team and everybody watching, and y'all have a good night.
Awesome. Thank you. Yeah, so just closing out here again. Follow our restream team, Seto Kiaba doing the restreaming. We had Ceiling Cat doing all the tracking. Dusk Lamond, I'm Hashmalum doing the commentating, and then of course our runners. We got Jefe, Hexfrock, Havinator, and Sid. That one's really hard to do that with the Sid.
Keep.
Kid. So yeah, thanks everybody. I think we're going to raid now. I don't know if anyone's playing Worlds Collide right now. We'll leave that up to Seto Kiaba to either raid someone playing Final Fantasy VI of some kind. So one last plug. If you haven't joined the Battle Royale tournament, today and tomorrow's your last day. It starts Saturday. Jump in. It's going to be a lot of fun. Look forward to playing with you guys.